Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470. Make sure you ask about the Beyond Tangy Tangerine multivitamin mineral complex powder that you add to water and drink. It's $50 a canister, loaded, absolutely packed with nutrition. Most folks will notice results in a couple of doses, results like more energy, weight loss, appetite suppression, just general feeling better. And that's what a good nutritional supplement program can do for you. Beyond Tangy Tangerine is not a complete nutritional supplement program, but it's a great way to get your body nutrients throughout the day. You want to sip on the BTT. If you've gotten diarrhea or loose stools from taking the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, make sure you're sipping on it, people, because the stuff is so packed with nutrients, and so many of us have malabsorption issues that if you drink too much all at once, it's going to pass through your system, go right into your small and into your large intestine, absorb water, and you'll end up with loose stools. You're not going to get the benefit of the stuff. So sip on it all day long. It's not going to give you absolutely everything you need, but it's a great way to make sure that you keep yourself nutriated throughout the day, and you'll find yourself snacking on foods much less and naturally losing weight and naturally eating less food without having to use willpower and without having to discipline yourself and force yourself to stay away from your favorite foods. Beyond Tangy Tangerine, check it out at brightsideben.com or call the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470. All right, so continuing on with cancer and the electric train of health. Oxygenation through deep breathing techniques is the most important thing you could do. You can actually use hyperbaric oxygen chambers. That's where they put you in this chamber and force oxygen into you to help deal with cancer. Make sure you're using your antioxidants. You always want to balance out antioxidants with oxygen, as we've said so many times before. Oxygenation is kind of a dual-edged sword because oxygen is important for cells to get energy from. Oxygenation pulls electrical energy into cells, but oxygen also has a toxic effect and a burning effect. And antioxidants are the way nature is set up to protect us from excess oxygen. So when you're practicing your deep breathing techniques, make sure you're using your vitamin C and vitamin E and phytonutrients and selenium and zinc, all of which can act to protect you from oxygen. Keeping inflammation under control is super important. If you're interested in driving oxygen through the electric train of health into a cell, inflammatory processes will act to blockade cells from oxygen delivery. I'm talking here micro-inflammation. When we talk about inflammation at the cell level, I'm not talking about the big macro-inflammation that you get when you break a bone or get a black eye. I'm talking about tiny micro-inflammation, which eventually will build up and form macro-inflammation. But I'm referring here to the kind of inflammation that builds up very, very slowly at the cell level. This kind of inflammation, for the most part, means a defensive response, an activated immune system, which in turn, again, for the most part, means foods that ignite the inflammatory fires. Surprise, surprise, another food connection. It's not so much that specific foods, quote, cause, unquote, cancer. It's that specific foods activate an inflammatory response, which leads to cell suffocation, which leads to deficiencies in oxygen, which then can turn a cell cancerous. Keeping fluids moving in the body is also important. Exercise, staying away from pro-inflammatory foods. Sugar is probably the most pro-inflammatory food. If you're interested in a food that, quote, causes, unquote, cancer, you don't have to look much further than sugar, which we're all eating so much of, 60, 70 pounds per person per year, even more. Blood clotting, thick blood, thromboses, clogging up, coagulation, these are all big-time risk factors for the formation of cancer, as you would expect, given the relationship of tumor formation to poor oxygenation of cells, which is a direct result of clotted, coagulated blood. In addition to avoiding sugars and inflammatory foods and processed foods, drinking more water can also help keep your blood flowing. Drinking veggie juices can help keep your blood flowing. Drinking veggie juices will provide you with antioxidants and phytonutrients and vitamins and minerals in addition to the hydration from the water. Beyond Tangy Tangerine, another great source of anti-cancer nutrients. In fact, some of you have heard of the Clemson study that was put out maybe about a month ago or so. Clemson University did a study on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, and they found that, not unexpectedly, if you know how these things work, that the nutrients in the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, in fact, the Beyond Tangy Tangerine itself, killed cancer cells. Now, I'm not a big believer in killing cancer cells, but in a petri dish, when you add nutrients, cancer can't survive. Cancer cells live in an environment of toxicity, in an environment of starvation, in an environment of suffocation. It is the environment that needs to be manipulated and controlled if you want to prevent or eliminate cancer, and even reverse cancer as well. In the book Cancer Outside the Box, Ty Bollinger, the author of the book, actually talks about reversing cancer. Actually, you know what? It's not this book where he talks about reversing cancer. It's another book by Bob Beck where he talks about, Robert Beck, where he talks about reversing cancer. It's not called The Body Electric, which is Robert Beck's famous book. And I forgot the name of his second book. I'll tell you what it is when we come back from our next break. But in the book, he talks about literally reversing cancer, the reversibility of cancer. It's not me talking. It's the I believe Nobel laureate. I'm pretty sure he won a Nobel Prize, Robert Beck, in his book, not The Body Electric, the other book, which I'll tell you what it is when we come back from our break. He actually talks about reversing cancer, reversing carcinomas, reversing the cancer cells. So I'll tell you what that is when we come back from our break. Keeping the lymphatic system moving is also very important. The lymph system is connected to the blood system. They're basically one system, the lymph and the blood. The lymph is responsible for moving fatty nutrients and clearing out wastes and poisons. Clogs and congestions in this system are likely to set the stage for inflammation and block oxygen delivery to cells. Lymphatic movement depends on muscular movement. Getting our butts out of our chairs and getting on a rebounder is one of the best things you could do to move your lymphatic system. Exercising, walking, taking the stairs instead of the elevator. Muscle contractions that are associated with deep breathing are one of the most important ways to make sure your lymph is moving. So deep breathing techniques can not only help nourish cells via oxygenation, but also by helping the lymphatic fluids move along and helping keep lymph moving so that toxins can be dumped out of the body and preventing inflammation. And one of the all-time best ways to protect yourself from cancer and to reduce the likelihood of all degenerative diseases and to slow down the aging process is to eat less food. Eating less food is super important. Yesterday, we talked about a study from Duke, a calorie restriction to treat cancer. This is off of the website medscape.com. Calorie restriction to treat cancer. The time is now. Quoting Dr. Stephen Friedland from Duke University, in the entire field of cancer research, there have only been a handful of studies of calorie restriction as a cancer treatment. None of them were authorized. Now, according to Dr. Friedland, Duke University is going to be using cancer or calorie restriction to treat cancer. Ketogenic diets, fasting, calorie restriction, these are all strategies that you can use to decrease the likelihood of getting this horrible emperor of all maladies. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. We're coming back with your phone calls on the bright side. 855-660-4261 is our number.
This alert just came in. This special announcement is for business owners and leaders of organizations who've been waiting for the right time to build. General Steel has made it impossible to wait any longer with rock-bottom prices that could save you thousands. That's right, General Steel, America's leader in pre-engineered structures, is offering buildings at prices you will never see again. Don't miss these prices. A 50 by 100 for $35,000. You heard right. That's 5,000 square feet for $35,000. Manufacturers, if you need a larger building, try a 100 by 100 commercial building for $129,000. You can't afford to rent with these prices. Imagine a 70 by 100-foot church building for under $69,000. With the economy improving and interest rates still at historic lows, you can't afford to wait. So call 866-91-STEEL. Lock in your price now. Call 866-91-STEEL. That's 866-917-8335.
At 30dayfoodsupply.com, you can now purchase a one-of-a-kind product not available anywhere else. A meatless burger dry mix in 4 delicious flavors. With our new Oregon Trail Foods vegan burgers, all you do is add water and fry. They need no refrigeration. They're packaged in Mylar bags with an oxygen absorber for a long shelf life. They're non-GMO. They're gluten, soy, nut, and chemical-free, but they're loaded with flavor. And a good source of carbs and protein, yet low in sodium. Flavors include Italian, spicy Mexican, Mexican, 6 vegetable, and black bean olive. Go to 30dayfoodsupply.com or call 541-229-0010 and order today. Eat them every day, take them camping, or save them for an emergency. Check them out at 30dayfoodsupply.com and click on the vegan burger icon. That's 30dayfoodsupply.com, where all of our products are produced in Oregon by Oregon Trail Foods. 30dayfoodsupply.com.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows. Pause and rewind live TV. Even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
I will never forget the day my son Jeremy told me he hated me and slammed the door in my face. I'm behavioral therapist Janet Lehman. Behavior problems can turn the child you love and your life into a nightmare. That's why my husband James and I created the Total Transformation, the step-by-step program that shows you how to fix the worst behavior problems and get your child to respect and listen to you again. No matter what the behavior, defiance, backtalk, angry outbursts, disrespect, we can help you stop it. Now you can get the Total Transformation for free. All you need to do is get the program and let us know how it works for you. You can keep it forever for free.
Limited number of free programs available. Call now, 1-888-912-1595. 1-888-912-1595. That's 1-888-912-1595. 1-888-912-1595.
What good is a Big Berkey water filter?
We get that question a lot here at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. And in a word, the answer is protection. Protection from water main breaks, E. coli contamination, environmental chemical spills, pesticide runoff, chlorine taste and smell, and all forms of fluoride. Plus, Big Berkey water filters are the original gravity water filter system and most trusted on the market for a reason. Tested by multiple independent NSF EPA certified labs, they are the gold standard in water purification. At only 1.7 cents a gallon, a single set of filters can last for 5 to 10 years. That means big savings. Big Berkey, the one that's powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get a Big Berkey today at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. GCN listeners receive 5% off all ceramic filter systems. Visit our website or call 1-877-99-BERKEY. That's 877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
Free from the shackles of corporate America, we're the place for independent thinkers. GCN.
We are back on The Bright Side. The name of the book by Dr. Becker, where he talks about reversing cancer, is called Cross Currents. Dr. Robert Becker was a medical doctor who pioneered electromedicine. The Body Electric is his classic book, and he was famous for pointing out the electrical conductivity issues associated with healing and regeneration and health and wellness. And in the book Cross Currents, which is not as well known as his book Body Electric, he talks about reversing cancer reversal. Let's see, that's called Cross Currents. It's a little hard to find that book, Cross Currents. It's much easier to find the Body Electric. For you guys who want to get a copy of this paper on the origin of cancer cells that was published in February of 1956 by the famous Dr. Otto Warburg, And it's pretty easy to read. It's a scientific paper, so you need to have a little bit of technical savvy. But if you're interested in getting a copy of this paper, send me an email, ben@ksco.com, and I'll send this out to you. And again, if anybody's interested in getting this book, Cancer, Step Outside the Box, I will also send a copy, a PDF file of the book as well. So shoot me an email, ben@ksco.com. For you guys who sent me emails asking me questions, I am so sorry, but I get literally hundreds of emails a month, and I just don't have a way of answering everybody. I want to answer as many people as I can, and I try to get back to you. And if you put your phone number on your emails, it's much easier for me to get a hold of you, and then answer your phone too. Sometimes people don't answer their phones when I call, and then we end up playing phone tag, etc.